This is Susan Wheelbanks with blendedinsight.com. I am a holistic and integrative healing arts practitioner, an intuitive, and an energy healer. In this podcast, I share tips, tools, and suggestions that have helped me along my path in hopes of inspiring and helping you along yours. Let's get started with today's podcast topic. Hey, bright soul, how are you doing? Thank you for joining me today. The reason I start out asking how you are doing is because this has been a crazy week for most people. Part of it is because whether you follow astrology or not, I'm not an astrologer, but Mercury did go retrograde. It's a Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. It went retrograde on October 31st, and we will be in retrograde through November 20th. I'll tell you, this last week, all of the electronic issues, it's been crazy in my world. And not even my personal electronic issues, just witnessing with other people. I went to do my red light therapy and they were having issues with their system. And they're like, I don't know what the deal is. It just won't come up. It's been slow all day. And I just smile because everyone doesn't believe in this stuff. Orange Theory Fitness, I've been doing that since July, 4 days a week. Any of you all that do Orange Theory Fitness, I'm right there with you. I love it. 2 times. First day, which was last week, Wednesday, their speakers for the music was staticky and messing up and it kept skipping, which was, they're like, oh, what's going on? We're trying to restart it. I knew what was going on. And then the second day, the heart rate monitor system wouldn't work. It was down the whole class. They couldn't get it up. And they're like, we're talking to corporate. We can't get it up. And I'm just like, yep. Thanks, Mercury. So if you've been experiencing any of that, that is what it is. So this is a time where you just kind of know, you breathe, you just flow with it. It's nice to know it so that way you're not like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Or thinking it's you or something you're causing. It's just planetary shifts. We live here on Earth, so we're going to be impacted. The other thing that's been coming up, and happens, most Mercury retrogrades is old people from the past popping up, old conversations, old connections, those things are happening. Even in my life, it's happening. And again, I just kind of smile and think, okay, I use this as an opportunity to see how far I've come. For example, here recently, one of my ex-partners popped up, just an image, and I just kind of chuckled and I thought, wow, we are so not a match. I mean, at the time, many years ago, we were, but I really just don't have any ill will or anything like that, but I also have no feelings. There was no heart skip or like, oh, none of that. I'm just like, wow, so neutral about it. And it showed me how far I've come, how much I've healed, and how much I've changed. So I just use it as an opportunity to go within, thank myself, and congratulate myself for all of the work that I've done. Thank the universe, thank my guides, my angels for all of the protection and guidance and wisdom and just helping me through this journey. It's kind of fun to look back and think, golly, I am nowhere near the person I used to be, but it's by choice. Some people live the same year for 20 years, and others, like you, choose to consciously create and shift and move and learn and experience. I am not even close to being who I used to be, even 5, 6, 7 years ago. And I'm so grateful for that. So I wanted to start off just by letting you know that, when we're in Mercury retrograde, it's time to reflect, revisit, take deep breaths. Don't try to make too big of decisions when things are just not working or things are slowed down. Just kind of know it and you have an expectation or a knowledge of it. So when it happens, you're not alarmed and frustrated. It's like, okay, this is teaching me to slow down. This is my time to practice some patience, breathe, go within, be very open, receptive, and also just kind of revisiting, breathing, reflecting, and taking an inventory. And that's what I would love to encourage you to do during this time. Going along with that, we're in November now. We're almost in 2020. This year is coming to a close. So this is really a beautiful time to regroup and think of, okay, what have I accomplished this year so far? And what would I like to create in 2020? Because this is where you lay the foundation for it here. So I've really just been using this as a time to say, okay, all this is going on. And I know there's a lot of change happening in my own life too. I've been so busy lately. All good things though. I'm bursting with gratitude. I'm so joyful. I have the most peaceful and loving life. I have a lot of activity and events that I can't control, but inside myself, through my meditation practice, through connecting with myself, my higher self, through my purpose, how I choose to see the world, taking care of my body, honoring myself, setting healthy boundaries, all of those things that I can actually influence and control keep me in a blissed out state. It's possible. Every once in a while, when life gets really heavy, and it does for everyone in different ways, and last week I did a podcast on shifting from judgment to compassion, and one of the things I shared in that podcast is because I do have tremendous amount of difficulties, so I understand. And I don't have any living siblings, and my parents are not in the best of health, and so I'm a single mom, and I live in an area where I don't really know people. I don't have family here, but I have made amazing connections and friends, and I'm so grateful for that. I actually really love where I live. It suits me so well. There's so much possibility here, but if you are stuck in your limitations and stuck in all the things you don't have, you won't see it. There's this book that we were studying, and I haven't read the whole book, but just grabbing nuggets out of it through someone else that I listen to and follow and study. It's called The Luck Factor, and they talk about how people that are lucky just naturally are optimistic, and they choose to be that way. So an unlucky person can become lucky through choosing to open up what they see. They have a broader perspective so that they recognize opportunities, and they choose to believe that things happen for their benefit and to help them in some way. And the example given was something is like, if a negative or a person that feels unlucky falls down the stairs, they'll think of all the ways in which it could have been better and they couldn't have fallen. Whereas a lucky person falls down the stairs, they'll think of all the ways in which it could have been worse. So they feel lucky. And that's me. But I wasn't always that way. I shifted that way. So it really is the way that you shift your perspective. And I will tell you, this is a great time to just pat yourself on the back. Look how far I've come. Look at all the things that I've been able to accomplish this year. And I don't care if you feel as though you didn't get to accomplish everything you wanted to accomplish. It's been a crazy year and you made it. Now it's just regrouping, wrapping up. We're coming into the holiday season. I know this is a stressful time for many people. Those people that feel as though they have lost loved ones or they're lacking something in their life, a lot of times this time of year brings that up for people. So this is a good time to get yourself really grounded and centered and blissed out and happy so that you can finish out this year in a really happy, joyful, blissful state. And so I wanted to offer that here to you right here and now. My podcasts have been pretty short the last couple of weeks. I just try to give the message that I feel compelled to give, and then I just log it on off. And part of that is because I have been really, really busy. Work's busy. I'm working multiple projects plus managing my private practice. And my daughter's really busy. She's always really busy in activities. And I have family things that I'm juggling. And I'm connecting with the most beautiful men in Denver. I gotta tell you, dating and meeting people. I'm in a great place. I have beautiful healing circles, conscious friends, like-minded souls. Life is just fabulous, and I'm experiencing it fully. None of us have a smooth sailing, skipping along existence. We all have challenges, and that's why I can understand where my clients are coming from when they contact me, because I know I'm in it too. Sometimes you just have to create that safe place within yourself and your guides and your angels and your higher self, and you can do it. If I can do it, you can totally do it. So let's do a healing. In this healing, I just want to focus on helping you recall all of the beautiful things that you've accomplished this year and help you to settle into things that you would like to wrap up for the year and go into 2020 with a freedom and a blissed out mindset that you are going to be able to co-create or create whatever it is that you would like to do in 2020. So with that said, let's uncross our arms and legs and focus on your breathing. I'm just filling your entire aura with beautiful healing energy. So just receive it. just a little bit longer and then I will close. I always wait for the guides to tell me when it's complete. Okay, and so it is. Come back into present day awareness. Oh, that was nice. All right. Well, I just want to take this time to thank you to everyone who's taken the time out of your busy day in life to leave me a review on iTunes. You don't even know how much it means to me. Just that little bitty review. It helps me so much. So if you're enjoying my podcast, please leave me a review. Also, you can connect with me on YouTube. Just go to YouTube, type in Blended Insight. I typically leave the link in the show notes. Also, if you get on my mailing list, that is the best way to hear my updates. I am not sending regimented newsletter updates right now. It's just when I feel guided and needed. So usually I try to do that once a month, but it just really depends. But if you're on my mailing list, anytime I have something new to announce, that's where you will find it. So it's good to just get on my mailing list. Also, I send a lot of healing energy to my mailing list because if you've made the decision to connect with me in that way, then I feel like you're part of my tribe and you're connected to me and I appreciate it. So I express my gratitude through healing. So that about does it for this episode. I want to wish you a beautiful week. Breathe, relax, just flow with it. We're almost done with 2019. So just keep that in mind. Stay grounded, do your practices, and have a wonderful, conscious, intentioned week. Take care. Bye-bye.